Hey guys, NCS Fan 001 here, and it's time for another one of those trophy list analysis videos. Today's game is Spongebob Squarepants Titans of the Tide, the upcoming next Spongebob game, and I guess a little bit of a sequel to the Cosmic Shake that came out a few years ago. The game releases on PS5 on November 18th, so about a week from now. Actually, no, that's like 2.5 weeks from now, so we're getting this list early. It comes with 27 total trophies worth 1,305 points, 1 platinum, 7 golds, 6 silvers, and 13 bronzes. So as always, I'm going into this speaking specifically as a trophy hunter, more so than a mega fan of any sort of franchise. But I have, of course, platinumed a lot of the other SpongeBob games, as we can see down here. And this list looks to be not significantly different from something like Cosmic Shake. About the only ones I'm missing, haven't done the Patrick Star game yet, but just haven't felt like doing that one. And Krusty Cook-Off, I think, is kind of a broken mess, so I'm not sure I'm going to play that one. But anyways, the Platinum Trophy is I did everything, 100% everything in the game. So that's interesting. Usually it doesn't specifically say like 100%ing the game or anything like that, but this one actually says that. Then we have our first Bronze Trophy, Best Friends Forever, for unlocking the character swap, probably the first trophy you get in the game. Then we have a bunch of silver boss fight, presumably trophies, or mostly boss fight. We have Not All Gold That Glitters for defeating the Dutchman's Chest, Shiny Muscular and Deadly for defeating Neptune's Statue, Survival of the Idiots for defeating Hibernation Sandy. That's going to be interesting. They're bringing her back from like Season 1 or 2 or whatever it was. And Only a Fry Cook Who Is Worthy for getting the Golden Spatula. I don't know if that's going to be a collectible like it was in like one random place in the previous game, or it was like one in each level, or if that's just going to be part of the story. And then Socks and Tails for Defeat the Flying Dutchman and King Neptune. So all of those are presumably story-related trophies and unmissable. Then we have a bunch of trophies for helping various characters, or at least a few of them that are all bronze. We have Bummer Vacation for helping Miss Puff, Squidward, and Fred. That's the My Leg guy. Exquisite Shenanigans for helping Gary and Squilliam. And From Dungeon to Crawler for helping Karen and Tom. So I don't know if those are all story-related or if those are going to be like side missions or something. Then Catch It If You Can. So defeat an old boomer ghost with his own cannonballs 5 times. There were a bunch of trophies like that in the previous SpongeBob game that were just specific to specific enemies. So it looks like we're going to be doing quite a few of those again. Then we have our first gold trophy, Chef's Kiss. Reach the score 999 making Krabby Patties. I think that was a mini game in the previous game that actually didn't have any trophies tied to it. So we'll have to see how that goes. Keep on digging for burrow out the stuck citizens of Goldfish Island and Bikini Bottom. I don't know if that's a story-related one or something else. Firmly grasp it. Catch 100 pink jellyfish. That was the same as a trophy, I believe, in Cosmic Shake, or it was like 50 in that one. Now we get a gold trophy for all maxed out. Collect 16 underpant pieces, so presumably that's going to be health upgrades the way that they were in the previous game. Then we have Make Mr. Krabs Rich, another gold trophy for purchasing all the items from Pearl's shop, so I think we also had things we could buy in the previous game, but it was just costumes. So Much Destruction, destroy 500 objects. That one's almost certainly going to be unmissable. And speaking of costumes, we have a silver trophy for it, Dancing Fashion, for unlocking all costumes. So I wonder if that'll be the same as it was in the previous game. Then we have Hoarder for opening the treasure chests found in each location of the main story. So that's a collectible trophy. I'm sure there will be guides out for it, though. Did all those things. Complete all of Plankton's challenges. That's another gold trophy. I don't know exactly what those are going to involve, so I guess we'll see when the game comes out. Woohoo! Travel 2,000 meters with the Ghost Board. It doesn't say like 2,000 meters at once. That's probably just cumulative cross-game and shouldn't be much of a problem. Agent of Chaos. Hit 100 NPCs. I think there was a trophy just like that in the previous one. Then we have another gold trophy, the most totally awesome perfect race for completing all races. In the previous game, I think those were all just like parts of the story if they were even racing really at all, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. A bronze trophy, They Don't Call Me Cheeks for Nothing for helping Sandy get her clothes back. That's an interesting objective. Cool them off for throwing 20 ghosts into goo, so another just basic combat trophy shouldn't be a problem. And our last gold trophy, the Wisdom, for finding all the secret wisdoms and watch the TV in the secret shrine. So it looks like it's yet another type of collectible. Looks like quite a few types of collectibles this time. And finally, a pretty typical trophy in a lot of games these days, Cheese for taking one photo in photo mode. So all in all, it looks like a pretty easy overall trophy list. It looks very similar to the previous SpongeBob game from Purple Lamp Studios. That was the Cosmic Shake. It looks like some story trophies, a lot of collectibles. I also don't know how long the game's going to be compared to the previous ones. It also looks like there are less combat trophies and just a lot more of collectibles and completionist stuff. So that's at least interesting. So it should be a pretty easy platinum trophy overall. Probably another like 10-ish hour platinum. Because I'm trying to remember, how long was Cosmic Shake? I can check the old guide on this one. So about 12 hours, yeah, so probably like 10 to 15 hours depending on exactly how long the game ends up being, and doesn't seem like anything missable either, hopefully nothing missable. So yeah, I'm going to say like probably a 3-ish out of 10, although there aren't any trophies for like beating bosses without taking damage this time, so it might be more like a 2 out of 10 in difficulty, and like 10 to 15 hours. But we will find out when the game releases on November 18th. I'll probably be playing this day 1 and probably streaming it day 1. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell if you haven't done so already. Let me know down in the comments if you plan on picking up this game or if you've done the other SpongeBob games, and I'll see you all back here real soon for more trophy and achievement content.